Hello and welcome to another episode of Ms. Primosch's Art Cart. Today on the Art Cart, we're going to learn about graphic letters. Sometimes graphic letters are also called bubble letters, but bubble letters are actually one kind of graphic letters. A graphic letter is a way to express a letter or a word in art, but still make it readable. So let's start with 3 letter A's that are going to look very different by the time we're done. The important thing is to write them out normally first. Okay, so it looks like I've written the word ah, but now we're going to find how we can make each letter A look totally different than the one before. So I wrote it out first. Don't skip this step. If you skip this step, it's not going to work out right. I'm going to make a bubble letter. So I'm going to go around this letter A. And don't forget the little hole. Okay, that looks fine, but now it's time for the magic. The magic is when we erase our guidelines. The first letter we wrote is actually a guideline. And there we go. A letter A. Now, the next letter A is going to look a little bit more exciting, maybe like an electric shock. So let's look at how we can make the A an electric shock. I'm going to start some distance from the A, and I'm going to go spiky. And can't forget the middle. All right, it's time for the magic. Let's erase. And whoa! That is one shocking letter A, if I don't say so myself. All right, now our final A is going to be hot. I mean really hot. I mean on fire. So let's think about the properties of fire. Fire always points up. Fire always points up. Fire doesn't point down. Those are icicles. Fire points up. So the trick to making your letters look like fire is to make them point up. So we're going to squiggle up to a point and squiggle back down. Let's do that now. Squiggle up to a point, squiggle back down. Squiggle up to a point, squiggle back down. You don't want to rush this. Squiggle up, squiggle back down. Squiggle up, squiggle back down. Now you don't have to go in order. You can actually start on another part of the A. Squiggle up, squiggle down. Squiggle up, squiggle down. Squiggle up, squiggle down. Squiggle up. Squiggle up, squiggle down, squiggle up, squiggle down. Now, because fire only points up, I'm going to make the bottom of the A straight, just like how I made these points down here, rounded and not fiery. And now I'm going to make that flame. And let's erase it. And voila, you have a fire letter A. So those are 3 ways to make the same letter look very, very different. Now, why do we do this? We do this to make our point. Sometimes we look at book covers, and book covers have different kinds of lettering, right? And that lettering might make us want to read that book. Sometimes there will be signs trying to give you directions or help you in an emergency. You need special kinds of lettering to show you that. So what our project is going to be is we're going to do our name in graphic letters, okay? So let's put this away. All right. So I'm going to pretend that this is my paper. Okay, so that's my paper there. Why did I draw out a piece of paper? Because you have to see what your parameters are. Now, if you just start writing your name in letters and oh my gosh, it's so great and I am so awesome, uh-oh, I'm going to run out of space. So, okay. So we forget that one. All right, no problem. I'm going to get it right this time. I'm going to draw my paper out. Okay. Now I'm going to get it right this time. I'm going to put the J and the E. Oh, but now look at the problem I have. It's too small. So what we want to do is we want to write our letter out first. Write our letters out first. You're going to write the whole word out first. So here we go. This is our piece of paper on a piece of paper. So very lightly, so it's easy to erase, you're going to write your name in a way that fills up the page enough but doesn't leave too much space around it. Now I'm going to design it. So I'm going to make a bubble letter. Okay, now it's time for the magic. We erase. Brush it away, and there we go. Bubble letters. Now our next thing to do is to create something called a motif. That word is written like this, motif. A motif is a theme. So maybe the motif I want to do for this one, maybe I want to make it waves. So I'm going to make it wavy. Maybe I'm going to put a little sun inside there. And some clouds. And maybe over here I'm going to put a little sailboat. And now I took my regular word and made it into something very special. So what I'm going to show you is the one that I've done already. I like to use my last name, and that's I did an American flag motif on my last name. I used to be in the military and I love America a whole lot, so I decided to do American flag motif. So there's Primosch in an American flag. So you can come up with a motif that suits you or something you like or just colors you like. So what you're going to do now is you're going to write out your name very lightly first on a piece of paper. You're going to design your letters using the technique I just showed you, and then you're going to use colors and your pencil to create a motif. And you're going to turn that in, and that's going to be your first project. So I can't wait to see your names, and you must do your name. It is a requirement to do your name. Okay, so you can do your name, and it could be your first name, it could be your last name, it could be both if you want to, but first or last names are fine. Okay, can't wait to see it. Bye.